KSFO.
Welcome back to the Savage Nation. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest con men in American history, in the opinion of your humble host, Michael Savage, the man who plays like a little nice old guy who's for the poor, one of the richest men in the world. Warren Buffett says that there should be a minimum tax rate for millionaires, and that millionaires should pay a minimum of 30% on incomes of $1 million to $10 million and 35% above that. And he goes on and on like he's Robin Hood, without telling you that he pays about 12 to 15% because he takes his income as dividend income. What I don't understand is how you can buy this from this fraud, this liar. He's a fraud artist. He helped elect Obama. In exchange for helping elect Obama with this attack on people far less wealthy than him, he was given one benefit after another. For example, the Keystone XL pipeline, which would bring oil from Canada, oil that we desperately need, in a pipe, not in ships from the Saudi Arabian Peninsula, but in a pipeline from Canada, right from Canada into our refineries. It was blocked primarily because Warren Buffett owns the rail cars that bring the oil in right now at a very, very high price. If you owned a railroad company and you were making billions of dollars a year or hundreds of millions of dollars a year in profit carrying oil from Canada into the U.S., would you want the competition of a pipeline? No, of course you wouldn't. So what you do is you go to your friends in the Democrat Party. If you watch TV shows as often as I do, you see how it works, and you buy them. You buy through influence, you smear them off, you pay for this, that, and you get them to block the Keystone XL pipeline. Then you get the normal hysterics, the vegetarian atheists called environmentalists who start screaming about caribou and schmarabou and wetlands and drylands, northlands and southlands and ducks and geese and rabbits and cats, and you let them start doing their thing, and then you get Warren Buffett to start talking about taxing the rich and how we need it. And that's how you block the Keystone XL pipeline. Then you have to pay back the guy you put in office, and you go out and you start attacking the rich, even though you're the richest man in America. And you get away with it because your other rich friends own General Electric. They're the chairman of the board, for example, of GE, which owns NBC, which owns MSNBC. And they all get together with the same chorus of tax the rich, and they're richer than everybody that's going to be taxed because they pay their income, or they pay no income tax at all. For example, GE, according to what I've discovered, earned about $5 billion in revenues in the U.S. and paid zero income tax through trickery. And yet they have street rats, street agitators on MSNBC, known communists, the daughters of known communists, known evil people, and the daughters of known evil people on MSNBC because they're safer to pay them $1 million a year and put them in a studio than have them outside your office screaming for your head. And they then go along the chorus line. Even though they're rich themselves, they say tax the rich. So in an op-ed in the New York Times, Warren Buffett calls for a tax of 30% of taxable income between $1 million and $10 million. Well, I pay more than that now. So who's he talking to? He's paying 12 to 15%. He's paying 12 to 15% because he takes his income as dividend income. So what is he lecturing me for? And then he goes on and he attacks people far less wealthy than he himself. In his new push, he says he doesn't like the coddling of the super rich. He used himself and his secretary as an example, noting that her tax rate was much higher than his, even though her income was just a tiny fraction of what he made. So why doesn't he pay more? Why doesn't this New World Order Bolshevik, Warren Buffett, one of the richest men on the planet, just pay more money instead of telling everybody who makes 1,000 times less than he does to pay more money? Answer: because if you control the media, you can write anything you want. The fact of the matter is, he should be paying more. He wants to destroy the middle class so he can get even richer. What about the people who are called the rich now who make $250,000 a year? Who are they? Are they rich? Who are these people? Well, let me remind you that a cop and a teacher in one household make more than $250,000 a year today. So now the new rich under Warren Buffett, under the Buffett rule and the Obama rule, they're now the rich. Why? Because they want to destroy the bourgeoisie. There's no end to this insanity.